Chapter 231, an adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the Township website. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to ask Committeeman Huber if he would do the honor of leading us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I ask that you please remain standing for a moment of respectful silence for all those who serve our country, both near and not so near. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Capides?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser? Committeewoman DuBois? Here. Committeeman Huber?
Present.
Committeeman Weber?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Going on proclamations and announcements, our first part of our meeting. A reminder to residents, please be aware that all township meetings, committee meetings, Board of Adjustment, and Planning Board meetings will only be live streamed to the Township's YouTube channel. They'll be posted onto Facebook the next day. Stay tuned for that. Springfield Public Schools bond referendum vote is Tuesday, March 14th. Polls are open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Vote by mail ballot box is located at Chisholm Community Center at the far end of the rear parking lot. March 2023 senior calendar for residents ages 55 and better. I don't say 55 and older, I say 55 and better, is available to review. And I did get a chance to stop by the senior monthly meeting last week. And got to spend some time with the seniors, and I appreciate the conversations, and it was certainly a joy to be there to celebrate their Black History Month. They had a program, celebrated birthdays, and the like, and I was very, very glad to be there. The townwide garage sale will be the weekend of March 18th and 19th, with bulk pickup on Wednesday, March 22nd. Also, the Patriot Chamber of Commerce met, and Nissan World was the host. I got to be there to talk about all things Springfield, in addition to talking about our businesses. We got to talking to the businesses at our redevelopment projects as well, that I know that it's on the the minds of our business owners as well as our residents. And I just wanted to share with you a statement that at this time, the governing body has determined to hire a new special redevelopment council to aggressively pursue any and all violations and breaches against the Springfield Center Urban Renewal Corporation, which we know by now is the Gomes Project. At the same time, the municipal court violations against Springfield Center are continuing before Judge Rosenboth in Maplewood to immediately resolve the illegal fence, which violates municipal ordinances. Further, the Union County Board of Construction Appeals have several appeals which are pending and need to be determined as soon as possible. Our own township attorney has been in contact with the county counsel's office, and we hope they will be scheduled within the next 60 days. We will continue to keep you, the public, apprised of all efforts to resolve this situation as expeditiously as possible, and obviously there will be more to follow. We are probably, in this for, we've all been in this for a considerable amount of time. Just to let the public know just a little bit more about what's going on. To date, we have fined the property owners over $100,000 in fines. We're taking the appropriate legal steps. We obviously have a stop work order for some time now, and we are waiting to make sure all the check boxes are marked off before we proceed. And just lastly, to personalize it, the entire Township Committee, we're all residents here. We drive past this property every day. It is a blight to our downtown, and we are all very anxious about it because we're residents too. I recently had dinner across the street from that site, and looking out, the window at that site, it's an embarrassment, and it's a real blight, and it's a very, very anxious situation for all of us. So we're all residents, we're all taxpayers here. It's a burden for all of us, and we're trying to do everything that we can because we too do not like to see it up there. In other news, I know that we just had our first winter weather of the season. Thanks to our DPW for doing an excellent job in clearing our roads. We had about 3 inches of wet, heavy snow. The DPW plowed and salted all the thorough streets and mountaintop throughout the night. By 3 a.m., they were working on all secondary streets. All the streets became passable, including state and county roads. The jitney ran on schedule. Recycling was collected as normal. And that's thanks to Robert Betcher and the DPW crew for their tireless efforts. And I know they're particularly understaffed right now due to circumstances beyond their control. So I do really appreciate their extra effort. One more shout out, if I could, to our own police department, auxiliary police, for responding to the situation at Jonathan Dayton High School on February 17th. They responded very quickly to this situation. There were several members of the police department that were off duty that were also responded. They worked very well in tandem with our county officers as well. The details are not for the Township Committee to discuss, other to say that this was thoroughly investigated by our police department, and all the details were unfounded. So it was investigated by our police department, and it was determined that it was unfounded. So again, thank you very much to the police department for their efforts as well. Finally, my last announcement is recently, last month, we asked all of our residents to take part and participate in a pool survey to discuss the upcoming pool season. Not only did we want some demographic information as far as how many members they are and what capacity they are members, we also asked for their short-term and long-term goals. Adam Lee, the director of our recreation department, did receive that information. He tabulated all of the results, and I'm going to ask that our recreation subcommittee, composed of Committeewoman Erica Du Bois and Committeeman Rich Huber, to just review the information that we received in the report, and then at the appropriate time make some recommendations to enhance and improve our pool members' experience, and we thank them for their efforts as well. That's all of the proclamations and announcements that I have. Does anyone else have proclamations or announcements?
Nope.
Okay, moving on to public comment. Anyone from the public wishing to make a comment on agenda items only, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. You will have 4 minutes to have your comments heard uninterrupted, after which we will respond, if applicable, from the Township Committee. Seeing no one, I'm going to close the public comment portion of our agenda. I would ask that all of you by now have received the reports from the various department heads, and they have been reviewed. We have no minutes and reports to discuss or approve, and that brings us to new business. Madam Clerk.
This is the second reading on ordinance 2023-05. This ordinance amends provisions in Chapter 3 of the Township Code regarding fees for services provided by the Township's Police Department.
I'll second. Oh, no, we don't have a motion.
Well, first we need a motion.
I'd like to make a motion, adopt ordinance 2023-05 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source, March 2nd, 2023.
Second.
I would now like to open up ordinance 2023-05 to public hearing. Anyone from the public wishing to be heard, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one from the public, I'd like to close the public hearing portion of this ordinance. Is there any discussion up here?
We did last time, I think.
I
No.
know, just if there's any follow-up
No.
questions, anything like that. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Weber,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes. Now we are going to move on to resolutions being approved by consent agenda. If you have any you would like to pull, please make it known. Resolution 2023-69. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Do I have a motion?
Mayor, Mr. Mayor, resolution 2369 to 2381.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser? Committeewoman DuBois?
Yes.
Committeewoman DuBois? Committeeman Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Kapadis?
Yes. We have this, we actually have two discussion and action items to approve.
I make a motion to appoint Susan Blanco to the Board of Health to fill a term of April 4th expiring on December 31st, 2023.
Do I have a motion, please?
Second.
Second.
Welcome, Susan.
All in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk?
All in favor?
Aye. Welcome, Susan, and thank you for your service, April.
Discussion and action. I'll make a motion to vote on the request from the Springfield Board of Education to display temporary public announcement signs informing residents of the upcoming bond referendum on Tuesday, March 14th, 2023, and waiving any permit fees. The signs will consist of a fence banner and lawn signs that will be placed at Chisholm Community Center, Edward V. Walton Early Childhood Center, and Town Hall until March 17th.
Friday.
Until Friday. How am I reading tonight? Until Friday, March 14th. March 17th.
I second all of that.
I just have a question before I call, for a roll call. As a resident, I certainly have my feelings on this, and that's for another time. But as the Township Committee and being a township body, we need to remain, down the line on this and not give an opinion officially as a Township Committee. By doing this, does that violate any code or ordinance?
It doesn't say what to vote for, it just says there's a vote.
It's just information.
Yeah, but it's, and I agree with you, Chris.
Right.
Because when I saw this, I said, wait a second. I feel that if they put in signs there to vote, which I agree with, but if they're going to put on the fence and be at Town Hall and Chisholm and all that, then if somebody's running for election, why can't they do it? They're not telling people what to vote, they're just putting it out there. So that's the way I feel. I mean,
So we could vote on it, yes or no at that time.
We could, I would like to, I think it's important for all to encourage to vote.
mhm.
And I think this is what this represents, and I have no problem doing that, encouraging people to vote, if that's what it is. Do we know?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Have we done this in the past? I mean,
No.
There
I
hasn't
don't
been
think
a-
we have, and I think that's.
There
what
hasn't
caused
been one.
press. We haven't had something like this.
It's similar to the banner that hangs on the fence by Chisholm that says play lacrosse. It's going to say there's a referendum vote on March 14th.
so it's just a reminder that there's an election when
Exactly.
election day is, in this particular instance, on a very weird.
Yep, and that just
Yeah,
happens to be a
no-
location that people drive by and can see it, and there's actually somewhere to hang something. That's the only reason it's being put there.
Will we get approval of this banner first?
You won't have, you can't.
Yeah, there were, as far as, I don't know specifically if it's been reviewed by like the zoning office or anything like that. I think that the BA would have to answer that, but based on the information that we have, this does not violate our sign ordinance. It's a permitted form and size of sign.
No, I'm okay personally with it there. I would just rather this billboard or this, that they're going to put up just be informative versus.
It is.
If that's what it is.
It is, and that's what we reviewed it for as well. It simply informs people of the fact that there's an election for a referendum on a particular date.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
That answers my question.
Yeah.
Any other further discussion? Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yep.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeeman Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Kapides.
Yes. Pay some bills.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept payroll and invoices for the period of February 15th through February 28th, 2023, in the amount of $996,867.03.
I have a second.
Yes, second.
Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber, Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Kapides.
Yes, and the January 2023 temporary budget report, January 2023 pool temporary budget, revenue report, and pool revenue report, asked that they be received and filed. Moving on, there's no correspondence. I will now open the meeting back up to public comment on any governmental issue. Anyone with a comment, please step to the microphone. Please state your name and address for the record. You'll have 4 minutes to speak. Seeing none,
Please take off your invisibility cloak.
yeah, I know, right? I'm closing the public comment portion of any governmental issue. Anyone have anything up here?
Nope.
No?
That's
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourn. Thank you, everybody.
724.